Peaceful protesters disrupted. Hoodlums allowed to infiltrate the Pacific camp of the protest. The security bodies meant to ensure law and order while the protest was ongoing were all asleep. Government now decided to abuse their power by secretly planning on how to disperse the now growing, peaceful, strong and united movement among the youths. Curfew declared. Words were sent out that the protesters should leave the protesting grounds as soon as possible. Of course, the authorities fully knew that for this evacuation to be successful, at least 24 hours notification would be needed. But did they do that? No, they didn't. CCTV on ground were all cut off, just to erase any evidence of what was about to happen. Soldiers were sent to the protesting ground. All were ill-equipped, not well-informed, and poorly trained. And then these soldiers began firing at peaceful protesters who weren't armed, neither did they pose as a threat to the precious lives of these security officials. Well, thanks to protesters like DJ Switch, who actually streamed these events as they were happening. Very horrific. Horrific to see people being shot at who were peacefully protesting for their rights. A number of deaths were recorded. So many injuries were very noticeable, and of course, the country mourned. There is a sense of betrayal, abuse of power, and lack of trust in the air. Now the whole nation is asking, who gave the order for peaceful protesters to be fired at? Who gave the order? Now citizens patiently await for the president to address the nation and try to restore law and order and faith in the government and of course in the people. It actually took the president more than 24 hours before he addressed the nation, and funny enough, when he did, the now famous LEKKI shooting was barely addressed in his speech to the nation. The government of Lagos, the state where this massacre took place, was coming out with different versions of what happened. Today is reason A, tomorrow is reason B, and the next day is something different. They did all this until they exhausted all the letters in the English alphabet. And of course, you know what that means, right? The army also have their own different version of the story to it. They did everything humanly possible to distance themselves from this manslaughter between the Nigerian government and the Nigerian people. Investigative panels were all set up all around the country to verify and find out the root cause of this protest, and also to really find out what really happened in the LEKKI shooting. But unfortunately, these panels were all infiltrated by government officials or private individuals who were sponsored by the government. So, do you still expect the truth from this kind of combination? With all this said about the investigative panel that was set up by the government, it's easy to really say that it's a simple waste of time. Or what do you think? I have decided to record this video just to serve as a reference purpose, because the truth is, on the 20th of October 2020, the Nigerian government led by President Muhammadu Buhari massacred some of her citizens and injured a lot of other protesters on this particular day. Why? Simply because they were peacefully protesting, exercising their God-given human rights. And the worst part is, they're doing everything within their power to make this seem as if it never happened. It did happen. Yes, it did. I refuse to give up on the bright future that Nigeria has simply because of some bad eggs among us. Nigeria has a brilliant and a very bright future ahead of us, and we will get there one day. Yes, there's a better Nigeria for all those who believe. And to the perpetrators of this horrible event, we will not forget this day. And yes, you're going to receive your judgment after you're dead, but we will ensure that you receive your judgment also here on earth while you're alive. We will ensure that you face the consequences of your actions and inactions while you're here on earth. If those were your kids who got injured or killed, and people are trying to cover this event, making it seem as if it never happened, or giving little or no interest to this situation, tell me, how would you feel? Would you feel alright?